Hey, how you doing? This is Yogi Zen. Changed my name, by the way, to the same sound that this is. This is AntoneYea. I'm talking to you, AntoneYea from Maui Ne. And I want to listen and play something for you. This is the sound that I've developed. It's using D and A. D and A. D and A. You know, I've realized that what we do, we're like receivers of energy. And we use our brain to navigate and realize what to do with the energy. And then we do life. We do our work. We do our things. Every impulse or inspiration comes from some need to be satisfied or some desire to be fulfilled. And I realize that everything that I do in the world sucks other than create beautiful music. So now I'm just, if I do anything, I want to create sound vibrations that help to soothe society outside of the meditation that I do, or doing absolutely nothing at all. You know, I realized as a yogi that we make up our life. Life really has no meaning. Meaning these trees and things behind me and the grass that grows, does it have any meaning? Does it have an agenda? Does it have an inspiration? It just does what it does. Without any motivation, it just absorbs water, sunlight, and air and does its thing. What about us? Maybe we're already there. Maybe we're already enlightened. Maybe we already have all the needs that we need in our life, and we create problems for ourselves, stumbling blocks, tastes, wants, favorites, likes, dislikes, notions, judgments, and then we have a lot of negative, well, I'm going to say we're psychologically fucked up. Meaning people have their own uniqueness. And a lot of times it's uniquely weird because in today's society, we didn't grow up like our parents, and our parents didn't grow up like the parents before that. So what kind of generation is growing up now? What kind of generation is growing up? They grew up with iPads and phones and things that, pop it out of the freezer and throw it in the microwave. I didn't grow up with all that convenience, even though I had convenience. And I realized that the convenience is destroying us. The simplicity of life is there, but yet we've oversimplified and overcomplicated to the point where this world, we depend on things halfway around the world, and all that's crashing down. The whole maybe we're being brought back to the Stone Age for a reason. Maybe we're being brought back to nature for a reason. Because most things and the best things in life are free. The water, the air, the land, no, not even the land anymore. And the water they're starting to charge, and good air is hard to find. Aren't we pretty fucked up? I mean, we got a beautiful planet a couple hundred years ago, and they have allowed us to trash it one Starbucks cup at a time, one hamburger wrapper at a time, one Amazon package at a time, to the point where there's so much trash. Have you thought about it? If you looked at a house and you looked at the trash that one house created, maybe over 20 or 50 years, there would be a mountain of trash behind it and one little house. One little shopping trip at a time. We've destroyed the planet. So that's why I'm out in nature, simplicity, and I'm actually calling for a few good souls who really want to join us on this piece of land, creating a tribe, a community, and it's the last opportunity I think we have for creating some sort of heaven on earth, because they trashed the heaven that was here. So what is your purpose? What is your life? Are you too big around the center to even see your own genitals right now? Or you have too much fat on your body to where you're, compromised? Because if you have even one more pound of junk in your body, it's 1 pound of junk you don't need. Think about it. and how many toxins you've been eating and the foods. Even if it's organic, it's all subject to the grower. You can't trust anybody or anything these days. Not at all. Wherever it comes from, it's all questionable. Everything's questionable. So you know, there was a time when I really had a strong mission to help the earth and people and wake them up as a yoga master, a master of yoga, meaning understanding the body's principles, and the breath is founded on the deepest insight of our own being. And we can't be breathing deep if we're filled with shit, if we're filled with crap. So it's the time for cleansing. It's time for detox. It's time for, if anything in this world, it's a time to wash yourself of your sin, all your sin. We're all full of it. We're all full of toxins. And you can't really see and feel your own reflection like a clean, you might say, mirror. The body bloodstream needs to be cleaned, the intestines, the breathing. Every part of our body accumulates things. That's why I don't never, ever, ever drink caffeine. I try to stay away from sugar, but it's in a lot of things, which is really, this whole world is built on inflammation. It's built on enjoyment and arousal. And, the deepest meditations I've ever experienced is when I stopped using spices and things to augment my food substance if I was still eating, and just was passive to my food. Just let it be the way it is. And I realized that I was meditating spontaneously. I was feeling so much more clear, non-aggravating mind. As soon as you put salt on your foods, caffeine, other things that throw your enjoyment to the next level, you go to the next level and you are destroyed. Meaning our whole culture, everything about it is not living the truth, not experiencing suffering. It wants to avoid suffering at all costs. You want to sleep in a nice bed. You want to have a roof over your head. You want. How about not wanting? How about experience? And you're actually going to experience not having those things anyways because you're quarantined, or you can't get to the store, or the store's out of whatever you're looking for. That's the times we're going into. You have to be self-reliant, and none of you are. Most of you haven't experienced going without food for a day. I've gone days and days and days. Experienced going out without water, that you can drink your own urine and get healthier. These are the facts that you need to know. And it's sad that we don't actually have true good teachers on the planet. Few good teachers. They're either dead or keep their mouth shut. And I wish I had more views. I wish I had people that actually really cared to want to support what I'm here and about, because life hasn't have any meaning unless people are enjoying what you're sharing, right? So I want to play something and keep this video under 10 minutes. I love you all. Okay, I'll play some AntoneYea, the tone of, this is, call it Hawaiian Indian, East Indian slide guitar. So I use a slide, and the tuning is, watch my fingers. So you see, the sound of AntoneYea that I've developed is interesting because there are many musicians. There's Indian guitar, there's Indian slide guitar, there's sitar, there's um, tambora, there's gosh, many instruments I'm not even going to mention, but you know, but each has a different sound. This, I took a guitar, standard guitar, and tuning it to D, A, D and A, D, here's D, D, A, D and A, D and A, D and A. So each string is D and A, D and A, D and A. It sympathetically resonates together. So if I'm hitting just two strings here, the other ones will vibrate in synchronization. See? So if I hold them all down, listen, and only hit two, now release. They're all resonating a little bit together. So that's a very interesting different sound that I'm achieving. So if you liked it or sort of liked it, it's not for everybody, but what it's doing is it's creating a bump, 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 just like your heart beats 60 times per minute. So normal music, in the way it's being played today, the Western, it's all about clash and smash and this and that and different, harmonies and parts to one song. So, but this rhythm is meditatively, melodically catatonic. So it hits your brain because your ears can't stop sound. You can close your eyes and stop light, but you can't stop sound. So sound has to hit your brain. So what it's actually doing is, because we're pressurizing air, it's dun 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 dun. So it's hitting like beats, and you can actually create a spiritual nature to music. I was actually enlightened by playing my sitar and hitting one or two notes, just eventually that note was hitting my third eye, and each time I hit it, it was hitting a nerve, and I was feeling the joy, and it was light was coming. Every time I hit it, dang, 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 till literally it was open like an aperture, and then more light flooded, and then I instantly went into a samadhi for over 2 hours. It was like an enlightened state just by playing the right note. So now I know that if one understands music on a very technical, hypnotic level, that you can captivate an audience, take them on a special journey, and let them arrive at a place where they've lost their mind. Meaning, you take them out of their worrying, their suffering, and their tension in their brain, and put them in a state of, I don't have any more thoughts. I just hear the sound of ding, 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 ding. Does that make sense? So the right beat with the slide. are you getting where I'm going with this? I hope so. I'm self-taught, I'm observant, I've been listening to Ravi Shankar, the sitar maestro master for years, and I'm wanting to create that same sort of melodical sound with a standard guitar with different tunings. So thanks for listening. Maybe leave me a comment. It's not for everybody, but those who really tune into it, they're like, wait a second, I like all those other musicians, but this captivates me because it's more like music without an ego, music without, you might say, there's a soul behind it, there's emotion behind it, but there's not the, look at me. It's more like, listen to me and melt into my rhythm. So I have two other guitars that have different tunings, and this one, they're all my favorite, but this is my acoustic one, and I'll share with you more. Thanks a lot. AntoneYea, a whole new sound, and appreciate you listening. Aloha from Maui. If you feel inclined to come and check us out and live with us, this is the end of times. It's actually the beginning of times if you choose it as a new chapter in life, because things aren't going to get better, but they can be navigated to become better for you and I. Thank you for listening.